Hello dear friends, today we're going to talk about the significance of Afghanistan for the Central Asian state of Uzbekistan. They are just next door neighbors. Now Uzbekistan holds a position of immense importance in both Central Asia and West Asia. Its strategic location, economic potential and active diplomatic engagement make it a pivotal player in the region. Uzbekistan is the only Central Asian country that shares a border with all other Central Asian states, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and Turkmenistan, as well as a short but extremely important border with Afghanistan. Islomkhon Gafarov, a research fellow at the Institute for Advanced International Studies, is an observer of Afghan affairs. He says, despite sharing only a short border, relatively shorter border, Afghanistan remains extremely important for Uzbekistan.
So there are several factors why Afghanistan is important for Uzbekistan. So first of all, Afghanistan is an economic opportunity for Uzbekistan. So nowadays we know, like in Afghanistan live more than 36.5 million people, and that's a huge market for Uzbek industry and Uzbek companies. So in political level and also in business level, we see in Afghanistan new economic opportunities for our local entrepreneurs and for our giant business industry. The second thing, actually, Afghanistan is a transit territory for Uzbekistan. So nowadays in the foreign policy priorities of Uzbekistan is to access South Asian ports like Gwadar and Karachi. So we provided several high-level conference on this. I mean, on the connectivity of Central and South Asia. And of course, Afghanistan plays a role of linking state in this huge, giant project. I mean, the realization of the Trans-Afghan Corridor. Recently, the representatives of Uzbekistan, Afghanistan and Pakistan met each other in Kabul and signed a historical document on the realization of this railroad.
Afghanistan is a key trade partner for Uzbekistan, which exports a wide range of goods, including electricity, grains, and fuel products. A significant portion of Afghanistan's electricity needs, for example, are also met by power supplied from Uzbekistan. The two countries have set a goal to increase their bilateral trade volume to nearly $3 billion. Afghanistan's strategic location at the crossroads of Central and South Asia makes it a crucial partner for Uzbekistan's long-term regional ambitions, particularly because Uzbekistan is landlocked and it needs as much access to international trading routes as possible, and hence its desire for peace in Afghanistan, which offers a vital corridor to South Asian markets and the Arabian Sea.
There are several corridors which are going to connect the Euro-Asian continent, and Uzbekistan participate in most of them. For example, there is another giant project like North-South Corridor, which is going from the India through the Iran and Central Asian states and Russian Federation or Europe. It's also under the realization, but because of some geopolitical circumstances, it nowadays stopped. So that's why, like, Uzbekistan pay attention more to the Trans-Afghan Corridor. There is also another project like Middle Corridor, which connect the China, Central Asia, Caucasus, and European states, and also another like huge Belt and Road initiative in which Uzbekistan also play an important role.
Uzbekistan recently signed an agreement on establishing a Trans-Afghanistan-Pakistan railway corridor up to the Arabian Sea at the southern tip of Pakistan. This project is being touted as a game changer if it materializes, that could drastically reduce transit costs and time, giving Uzbekistan and other Central Asian nations a direct and more efficient trade route to the Indian Ocean as well as the Arabian Sea, bypassing traditional and more often expensive routes through Russia or Iran. Is this why Pakistan too is important for Uzbekistan's external trade connectivity?
Nowadays we see like Uzbekistan and Pakistan have similar attitudes to Afghanistan, because Uzbekistan and Pakistan, they changed their attitude in foreign policy priorities into geo-economic interests. So for us, first of all, like economic prosperity. And we see like in Pakistan another facilitator who can improve situation in Afghanistan. Another like similarities between Uzbekistan and Pakistan, I think, like multi-vector policy. So Uzbekistan doesn't rely on any power in the world, so conduct its own foreign policy and provide and hope to see world as a multi-polar. And also the same happens in the Pakistan nowadays, which has good relations with United States, China and Russia. So in the Afghan issue, like we see like Afghan people nowadays need our help. So Uzbekistan by our side and Pakistan by our side, enhancing the humanitarian aid. If Uzbekistan like see it in the improving of sphere of engineering and medicine, as I learned from these days, like Pakistan pay attention more to the educational system and providing more scholarship and programs to the Afghan students, especially Afghan female.
Historically, Uzbek people at large didn't think positively of Pakistan or Afghanistan, and there is a reason for it. Pakistan was the springboard for the US-led anti-Moscow jihad in the 1980s. Uzbekistan was part of the now defunct Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, which had invaded and occupied Afghanistan in December 1979. That is why Afghans in general have also been wary of Uzbekistan until recently. Uzbek perceptions about Pakistan and Afghanistan are equally tainted and have not been positive until very recently. But Islomkhon Gafarov says those perceptions are now changing because of the new geopolitical realities.
Yes, it's going to be changed because of Uzbek sources. Nowadays, like in Uzbekistan, we are building a school of Afghanistan and South Asian studies. So at the University of World Economy Diplomacy, at the University of Oriental Studies, and here at the Islamic Academy, there are scholars, students who research the situation in the South Asia and Afghanistan, and who writing the true things, what's happening and in these states, and giving to Uzbek society like neutral, their position, like what's going on here. So reading these materials, we can see like in this part of world, especially in Afghanistan and Pakistan, we have so many similarities in the language, in the religion, in the cultures and identity. So we see that these states are our true friends. So due to Uzbek sources, the Uzbek people understanding that we have neighbors whom we can rely on.